Hello and welcome to Reels to Rentals. I'm Susie Rogers here with my husband, David Williams. We're the owners of Northside Video here in McMinnville, Tennessee, and so good to see everybody back this week. I tell you, it's been an exciting spring and summer. I don't know why so more this year. I guess because everything's sort of back to normal. Don't you think so, Dave?
I think that made a whole lot of difference. You know, people's not near as concerned about traveling or doing stay-at-home vacations and getting around people, you know, as much, so.
And we did just get through our first big summer weekend, holiday weekend.
Yeah, you know, everybody thinks Memorial Day is the kickoff
of summer,
but still got a few more weeks to go before it's the official time of summer.
And I'm so proud we have actually sort of had a spring this year.
You know, now this is going to age people. We can always remember in the days of KDF when it was rock, they always had the One for the Sun.
Oh yeah.
Tour, you know, concert down at Hermitage Landing and places. So, you know, that was always, and the summer concert seasons are coming. You're starting to see more and more of them. Of course, we've seen where several of them got rained out towards Florida when that front come in, but that's the chance you take with outside venues.
Yeah, and people talk about going to Bridgestone. You know, people our age talk about going to the municipal. And I tell you, I've been to Bridgestone and I've been to the municipal. I've never been to the football stadium, but I'll take municipal any day of the week.
I will too. A lot of volunteer jams and stuff was there. Yeah, they actually cracked the wall supposedly.
Smith,
yeah.
Rod Stewart.
Yeah. The list goes on and on.
The list goes on and on. Robert Plant.
But, you know, that's the good thing about summer, though, is, you know, Bonnaroo's just around the corner.
Our outdoor concert series here in Warren County will be, Music in the Park will be starting shortly.
Yeah, and people can't forget about the Relays for Life all over the Upper Cumberland.
That's right. They're taking place about every weekend.
Right,
for
so
the next, well, practically all summer, because, you know, you see articles and some people have them in July and, you know, but this goes on year round, Relay for Life does.
Well, and unfortunately, cancer touches most families in some form or fashion. But, you know something, we've got them 4 pretty varied movies on this one.
We do.
You know, quite a bit of fantasy.
Quite a bit of fantasy, but they're all, I think, would fall into that family-oriented.
Yeah, I think so.
Where you know, everybody can watch them. And
Yeah, because a majority of these movies are PG-13.
Right, but they have really taken advantage of PG-13.
They sure have.
They stretch the limit when it comes to PG-13.
Yeah, it used to be an R, now it's PG-13. Everything falls in that category.
Well, you know, I think our first movie for today could have actually been just PG.
Probably so.
And it might be.
It may.
Well, our first trailer today is for the movie Mummies.
Beneath the world of the living lies the land of the living dead.
Today, my daughter, the Phoenix, will choose your future husband.
In 7 days, you shall wed the princess.
Marry? We never even met.
Him? I have to marry a guy whose only talent is riding around in a circle.
If anything happens to this ring, they will cut out your tongue and pluck out your eyes.
Kind of brings new meaning to the expression love is blind. This ring is going where nobody else can get to it.
On the other side of this door lies a doorway to a world of living mummies. Would you look at that? A royal wedding ring?
No, where's the ring? This could only be the work of
Livings!
This will be the jewel of my new exhibition.
The only way to get it back is to go to the world of the living.
You're not alone. You have a team.
What place is this?
I've never seen anything like it.
Ah!
Attention.
It's Ra, the voice of the sun god. Oh, Ra, god of the sun, god of life, light our path.
Please kindly finish your shopping.
We have.
And proceed towards the exit.
Oh, that way.
Oh, thank you, magnificent Ra.
That was a trailer for Mummies, rated PG, from Warner Brothers. This stars, well, it's voiced by, this is animated, Joe Thomas and Eleanor Tomlinson. And as you saw in the trailer, when they broke into Walk Like an Egyptian, which is sort of one of my favorite songs, you just knew this movie was going to be fun.
You did, and of course I can always remember Steve Martin on that.
I can too.
King Tut.
You know, I feel sort of privileged. I think I may have mentioned this before in the show, but when I was in college at MTSU my freshman year, I got to see Steve Martin live stand up at the Dramatic Arts Center for free.
Oh, you did.
I did.
And that was probably when he just had done King Tut.
Probably so, and you know, that was when they were first taking the King Tut exhibit around also.
Yeah, and
The United States.
of course, I don't know if that many people realize, but my grandmother and grandfather lived in Hobart, Indiana, which is right outside of Gary. Well, we was up visiting that summer, and the King Tut exhibit was at the Fields Museum, and it showed the people lined up for around the block to go in and see the King Tut exhibit the first time. I guess he'd come to America.
Right.
But I know that's a far cry from both of us for the Mummies, but the architecture and the pretense of this movie is very similar to the King Tut. And
It is, and you know, it gets into a little bit of how they've exploited these archaeological finds throughout time, ever since they've started digging up these poor kings and these tombs.
right, and you know, some of them, they just really wanted to be buried and left alone, but golly, they took a whole lot of furniture with them.
They sure did. Had jewels and gold and spices and...
Right, and you know, sometimes them poor people that got to work on them tombs, it wasn't good for them either.
No, they got left in there alive with the people when they sealed them.
Yeah, so that was a heck of an experience. But Mummies was very entertaining for a
It
little
was.
animated movie. And it, you know, when I first seen it, I was thinking, are they doing Brandon Fraser again?
Right.
You know, but definitely not that, not your old normal horror movie mummy either, so.
No, and it is so cute because these three ancient mummies coming back into a time that they don't know, never been in, and you know, these chariots with these wheels and no horses, and it's, you know, I guess it's, we watched another movie recently where,
Well, that Hallmark movie,
oh,
Rip
the Hallmark
in Time,
Rippin' Time, he didn't know what a car
or
was
the
either.
Christmas one where he come back 100 years,
Oh, yeah.
you know, so. There's been a lot of time travel movies, and there's a lot of time travel things going on right now.
There are. You wonder if that's telling us something.
I don't know.
I don't know, but let's tell the people about our next movie. Our next movie is another fantasy. Now, this movie's been done several times by Disney. It's the trailer for Peter Pan and Wendy.
I don't want to grow up. I want things to stay the way they are.
Can't stop time, Wendy, whether you like it or not.
Gotcha! You were flying. A little bug did it.
I don't think that's a bug.
She is a fairy.
Are you Peter Pan?
Were you expecting someone else?
I can fly! Is that?
Neverland! Is this everything you dreamed of?
I could never have dreamed of this. What is this place?
No rules, no schools, no bedtimes, and most of all,
No growing up. I are you, Wendy? Tiger Lily. Peter. Peter! Peter!
Captain, it's Peter Pan.
Never say his name.
Don't touch my brother!
Miss me?
Just like old times.
All your times are old, Captain.
Everyone, hang on!
Did you hear that?
That is one big...
To grow up might just be the biggest adventure of all.
That was a trailer for Peter Pan and Wendy, rated PG from Disney. This stars Alexander Maloney, Ever Anderson, and Jude Law. It's been a while since I don't know if I've ever seen Peter Pan, but we watched Hook, and it's been a while since we saw Hook, and this isn't Hook.
It's not Hook. It's, you know, the Lost Boys are not all boys like in the other ones.
We got to get politically correct. Come on.
Well, that's true, but you know, the animated world that Disney portrayed, and then this movie does lend over well to live action. And they've done it a number of times. I think there's even one that was on Broadway and stuff.
Well, that's the one that started the whole deal in 1939 that had Mary Martin in it.
Okay.
Yeah, in Broadway.
You know, then she was flying through the air as Peter Pan and stuff. So, you know, but entertaining movie, you know, Disney did do it on Disney Plus and then theater also, limitedly. But, you know, it's introducing Peter Pan and Wendy to a whole different generation. And they've done that. You know, we had Robin Williams play Hook. No, he played Pan. Dustin Hoffman played Hook, and Julia Roberts played Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Wendy's is sort of a new venture on this, but fun, entertaining, visually great.
And like I said, I've not seen all of them. So this one sort of did a little more explaining in the storyline than I was aware of. So for people who've not seen it yet, I don't want to give that away. But to me, it did open up a facet of the story I wasn't aware of.
Well, and you know, I don't know if it's like a lot of our fairy tales. When they were first done, they were not necessarily meant for the young audience.
No, we talked about that just recently, didn't we?
We sure did. So, but Peter Pan and Wendy, fun little movie.
Fun little movie.
Wonderful effects.
Yeah, and this next one, now this one notches it up a little bit. It's a little more adult oriented, but this could be classified as one of my great movie, what do I say?
Perfect date movies.
Perfect date movie, excuse me, I'm having a senior moment. My birthday's coming up. But let's take a look at the trailer for Ghosted.
I was just wondering if you wanted to, you know, go out sometime.
You want to get a coffee?
Now?
Yes, now.
I'll just hang on. You'll see.
Any word?
She ghosted him. I bet she isn't even seeing your text.
She does travel a lot for work.
Go to her.
I'm going to London.
See, you get it. It's a grand romantic gesture.
That is amazing, mate. 5,000 miles to surprise a girl who you've only met once, especially if she's the one who ghosted you.
No, she didn't ghost me. She just doesn't have an international calling plan.
Oh, right.
Where am I?
Oh, God, you have the wrong guy? I'm a farmer. Wait.
Whoa.
Can you walk, Cole?
Say to you.
CIA.
So confused. They kept asking me about the tax man.
They asked you about the taxman.
They think I am a tax man. You're the tax man.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. You got me kidnapped and tortured all after one day. I saw the rock.
You're the one who flew to London.
It was a romantic gesture. Get every bounty hunter on the continent. I want her alive.
This is bigger than you and me.
Didn't it ever occur to you that he could be a foreign asset trying to compromise your mission?
I'm the boyfriend.
Do you trust me?
Is that a joke?
That was a trailer for Ghosted, rated PG-13 from Skydance Films. This stars Chris Evans and Ana de Armas, and this is sort of a switch on the spy story.
Yeah, you know, of course you got, as they noticed in the preview, you know, Chris Evans gets ghosted. You know, hey, I meet this girl, everything's going great, and then now she don't return nothing. Oh, then he makes the mistake of, well, I need to go find her. And number one, I don't know how many people have that kind of money to be able to go just fly to Europe to find her.
Well, I don't either, but evidently he had a really good job.
Evidently,
and
you
could
know,
take time off. Hey, it's a movie.
Right, and, you know, needless to say, he amped right up. I don't hardly think he was Liam Neeson in Taken, but hey, you know.
He did step up to the challenge, didn't he?
He did, you know, and the surprise and scratch your head thing, he didn't have to scratch it long to get to right into the playing of it.
You know, I was sort of wondering if some of those Captain America skills wasn't coming up in this movie.
I'd say that they probably was. You know, I didn't see a big shield go flinging through or nothing, but hey, he stepped it in the action field. We're going to miss him being Captain America.
Oh, we are, aren't we?
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, that time machine in the Avengers can always change things.
That's right. They could always go back and bring Iron Man back, couldn't it? Well, we've digressed to another series. So.
That's right.
But they don't need to miss Ghosted because this is just great.
Good action, good fun, entertaining movie
And
to
a little
watch.
bit of romance.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, that was Ghosted. Now, this next movie, we've had a lot of calls at the video for it, and so we were happy when we finally got it in. This is a trailer for Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
On your knees.
Okay, chop it off.
Chop it off. Let's do it.
Oh, we got him now! You know what? I'm thinking there are probably sharper stairs somewhere else.
We're thieves, but we help the wrong person steal the wrong thing and unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known.
The Red Wizards created an army of the undead.
Sounds lovely.
Quite the opposite.
I know, I was being ironic.
I find irony is a blade that cuts he who wields it most especially.
You're not a lot of fun, are you? How are we gonna pull this off?
We're gonna need a team.
You need cool air.
Follow me to the orifice.
Back to school air.
The orifice?
I'll go last.
Let's go.
I don't mind that. He missed.
No, that's not good. Aren't you sick of failing? We could die.
There's worse things than dying.
How about lost everything that ever mattered to me. And if we quit now, that's for nothing.
I don't want to see you die, which is why I'm going to leave the room.
This ends now.
The bridge is protected by an ancient trap. We must not trigger the mechanism.
I may have triggered the mechanism. So, sorry.
That was the trailer for Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, rated PG-13 from Paramount Pictures. This stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, and Hugh Grant. You know, we know Michelle from the Fast and Furious, which we've just had a new installment come out recently, right?
Yep, brand new at the theater. We got Aquaman in it. We got Vin Diesel, the Witch Hunter, or Pitch Black, and
got Jason Statham, and he's everywhere.
Right, and I think Helen Mirren's in it for just as his mama.
She's somebody's mama.
Yeah, it's Jason Statham's mom, I'm pretty sure.
Helen Mirren's everywhere.
Yeah, she's Shazamming it to Fast X. And
well, I'm glad to see it. A woman 77 years old and still getting key roles in Hollywood.
Hey, Martha Stewart got the cover of the swimsuit issue, so hey.
Yeah, somebody said on Facebook, they said, I think she's had some face work done. Now, if the article I read was right, she said she has not had face work done, and they did not do that much airbrushing on her picture, so who knows?
That's right.
That's Martha's story. She can stand by it.
But the Dungeons and Dragons that may be lurking in the backgrounds.
That's right. But I'm going to tell you, this movie was exciting and fun.
It was real fun. You know, the other Dungeons and Dragons have been on Warner Brothers, so... And this was in the makings for a little bit to get done.
I think they started around 2013 or so.
Something like that. So, you know, of course, the Dungeons and Dragons game and the books, and this has got a huge following worldwide. And they have a hard time being able to get all that funneled into the movie just right, from the different books and all of that stuff.
That's true.
But, you know, of course, books can go into so much more detail, and putting them together in just an hour or 2 hour movie gets hard.
But you know, researching this movie after we watched it, it said that this is not a prequel or a sequel to the prior Dungeons and Dragons movie. So this was filmed as a standalone, let's tell this story from a different perspective. So people don't need to go into this thinking this is going to pick up somewhere that one of the other movies left off. No, these writers take on the Dungeons and Dragons, and they wanted to make it fun, and they did.
And they did a wonderful job.
Well, one of the directors is one of my favorite guys, and that is the young Daly guy who used to be in the Bones TV series.
Oh, yeah.
And his mother is an actress, Tyne Daly, so...
He's been around.
He's directed several good comedy movies. People need to look. Tim Daly, that's his name. And we used to have a UPS driver named Tim Daly.
We did.
Not to be confused with the director.
That's right. But, you know, guys, we've given you 4 movies this week. We've had a great time doing this show.
We have. This was a fun show because these are all great, funny movies, and you get your popcorn out or whatever you want to eat and watch these movies, and I think it'll lift your soul.
There you go.
Lift your spirits up.
But I think I guess we better tell them goodbye.
I guess we had. I hate to say goodbye.
I do too.
There was a show that was their last things. I hate to say goodbye.
Right. So long or whatever.
That's right. Well, this is Susie and Dave checking out for this week's installment of Reels to Rentals.